President Donald Trump has slammed French President Emmanuel Macron for suggesting that his early exit from the G7 summit was tied to a possible Israel-Iran ceasefire. As President Macron spoke of diplomatic offers and U.S. leadership, President Trump called it publicity-seeking and said President Macron always gets it wrong. And on the final day of the summit, French President Emmanuel Macron told reporters that President Trump was returning to Washington to work on brokering a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. The French president suggested the U.S. had made an offer to Iran not just for a ceasefire, but to open the door for broader negotiations. But President Trump fired back hours later, accusing President Macron of spreading false information for attention. On Truth Social, President Trump wrote, quote, "Publicity-seeking President Emmanuel Macron mistakenly said that I left the G7 summit to go back to work on a ceasefire." End quote. He added the reason Macron gave was wrong and he was cutting short his trip for something bigger. Now the clash between the two leaders exposes a deep divide. While France pushes for talks and de-escalation, President Trump is projecting a hardline stance with no interest in appearing soft on Iran. But in the middle of it all, the Israel-Iran crisis remains unresolved and global leaders seem split on who should lead the way. What was supposed to be a coordinated call for peace turned into a public war of words, and as the fighting continues in the Middle East, the West still struggles to find a united voice.